Hi, welcome to today's after work yoga flow. This sequence is short and sweet and meant to help my desk workers out there. So, whenever you are ready, grab your mat and let's get started. Also, if you can see my fish tank over here, my fish Juno says hi, but we are going to start with some neck circles, gently taking them in one direction and then over to the other. And this is just helping us to loosen up those joints in the neck. Let's start to come back to center. We're going to move down to the shoulders, rolling them forward and rolling them back, helping us further let go of the tension in our neck and shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to start to take small circles with our wrists, rotating them in one direction and then the opposite, loosening up the wrist and forearms after maybe typing away, being on the computer for the day. Next, we are going to move on to stretching the wrist flexors. So while you're on your hands and knees, point your fingers towards your legs and then just slowly start to rock your body back while keeping your fingers on the ground. If you're ready, let's move on to our cross arm stretch. And this is just going to target any tightness in the shoulder, which we can get from sitting at a desk for a long time. Now, using that same side you started with, let's bring it into a tricep stretch, helping us target any upper arm tightness here. When you're ready, let's go ahead and bring that cross arm stretch onto the opposite side now. If you're ready, let's take our last tricep stretch on that opposite side here. Let's start to release this stretch and allow ourselves to take a few deep breaths. For our first pose, we are going to come into triangle pose. Now I'm starting with my left foot pointed forward, so it's my left hand I bring down to the mat and my right hand I lift to the sky. And triangle pose is stretching those hamstrings, those hips, and the lower back, all of these things that can get tight after hours of sitting. So this is helping us loosen those back up. One more breath here, and we are going to transition into a low lunge. Left foot steps forward while lowering the right to the mat, lifting the chest, maybe extending the arms overhead for a deeper stretch here. We want to remind ourselves to continue with our inhales and our exhales through the nose. Let's start to bring the hands back towards the mat, framing the left leg. Then we're going to step it back as we come into downward dog, further releasing the tension we may be holding in the neck and back. Last exhale here, and we are going to take triangle pose on to the opposite side. If you did it like me, we now have the right foot pointed forward. So our right hand is coming down to the mat while our left is lifted towards the sky. Let's start to release triangle pose, and then we're going to slowly make our way back into our low lunge. So if you had your left side in the front last time, now we want to bring the right foot forward while lowering the left towards the mat. Again, for a deeper stretch, you can bring the hands overhead. If you're ready, let's come into our downward dog. So hands back towards the mat, framing the right leg this time. We're going to step the right foot back as we once again come into downward dog. One more breath here, and let's start to walk out into a plank From here, slowly bring yourself down to the mat, coming down with control. And once you're down on the mat, we are coming into Cobra Pose, allowing it to open the chest and strengthen the back. It's also helping us with posture. On your exhale, go ahead and lower yourself back towards the floor, maybe giving yourself a moment to take a couple of inhales and exhales here. Whenever you are ready, let's find child pose. I'm taking mine a little bit wider here, but you don't have to. Maybe you decide to close your eyes and deepen your breaths. I invite you to really let it out on those exhales, as if you can feel yourself just letting go of all that tension you've been holding in throughout the day. You are releasing it in this moment. Last breath here in child's pose. Then let's slowly start to find ourselves back up in a kneeling position. Thank yourself for taking the time to reset after all that hard work you've done. You deserve to rest and recharge. Next, we are going to close out today's flow. So go ahead and get into a comfortable seated position. Then, when you are ready, let's bring our hands up towards the sky and then hands to heart. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.